Welcome to creating and customizing advanced visualizations. After watching this video, you will be able to create custom visualizations in Tableau, customize different types of visualizations in Tableau, and change and format visualizations in Tableau. In this demo, we will be diving into the world of data visualizations with Tableau Public. First, make sure that you sign in into your Tableau Public and launch your web authoring tool. In this demo, I'm going to use a data file for nutritional facts, fruit, vegetables, and seafood dataset. The dataset contains information on percent daily values based on 2,000 calories diet for raw edible weight portions of fruits and vegetables, and for edible weight portions of cooked seafood, cooked either by moist or dry heat methods and with no added ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and upload the file. I know I have it in my downloads folder. Double click on it. Might take a second or a couple to upload. Make sure that you update the window to populate the data pane with the actual data set. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Sheet 1 to start building the extract of your data. Once you're on Sheet 1, let's go ahead and give or build a basic visualization that's going to display my average calories for each food and serving type. As you can see, by default, Tableau, based on recommended data or the data that you drag and drop, it will build a bar chart for you. But what if I don't need the sum? I want the average. You can easily change this by simply clicking on the pick list here, going down to measure, and changing it from sum to average. Now it's displaying a bar chart that shows the average calories for each food and serving. Now, let's see what's on the Show Me list. This lists all the recommended charts. As you can see, some are enabled and some are grayed out. These charts are recommended based on the data that you have. Let's go ahead and build a tree map. Tree map is displayed on your extract or on your visualization, and tree maps are good for displaying hierarchical data. As you can see, it's one big rectangle with smaller rectangles inside. And as soon as you click on the tree map, Tableau by default took the measure or the column or the measure or the quantitative data that has an aggregated function and created a size and a color mark for those measures. So if you look at it, the average calories is on size, which means if you hover over any one of those tiles or rectangles, you'll see the average calorie listed as a part of that label. This average calorie has a 200 calorie. The one right next to it is 130. So those numbers, as they change, the size of the rectangle changes as well. Why is that? Because we have the average calorie as a part of the size, which tells me as numbers or calories changes, the sizes of these rectangles also change. If we have two types with the same average calorie, both of these guys, as you can see, it's 90 here and 90 here. Both of these tiles or rectangles are in the same size. Why is that? Because both of these guys has the exact same average calorie. This one is 140, which in size is larger than 130. Now, the second mark is for the color, which means these average calories or these different numbers or different measures also varies based on color. So you see the dark blue in here is for the 200. I think this is the only tile that has a 200. And we have a 130 that has a different gradient than this one. Probably it's a little darker than this one. If you click on Show Me again, guys, you'll see the gradients here as well. Goes from 10, I think there's one with a 10, which is the least average calories, all the way up to 200. And from here all the way to here, you'll see a different degree of those colors. And these colors again changes or varies based on the different values that you have for the average calories. Food and servings is not just a dimension that only gets displayed as a part of the label as you hover over these tiles. Now let's drag the food type from the data pane and drop it to color. If you can see now, the tree map displays average calories for various food and servings, and the color of the tree map sections depict the food type for each of these. Seafood is pink or red, and you'll see fruits is orange, and you'll see green for vegetables. So again, we know that because we have only 3 food types, seafood, fruits, and vegetables, each one of those types will depict its own color. Why is that? Because we dropped that food type on the color mark. If you look at the right side here of the legend, you can tell that we only have 3 types of foods, and by default, Tableau will pick those colors for you. Obviously, we have some null values that also takes its own color. What if we need to choose a different color type? We can by simply clicking on this pick list, go to edit colors, and for example, I want to go ahead and choose the summer one. Apply palette, and it will depict the new color change. Again, each food type will get its own color because we have the food type on the marks, on the color marks, and you'll see the legend displayed on the right side as well. Let's also change the title of this visualization to average calories per food type for each food and serving. If you want to choose, again, make sure that you highlight what you need to change. So highlight this first, and you can change a different font. You can also different font size if you want to, bold it, and a different font color if you want to. And after you make the changes, just make sure that you click OK to reflect that change on your actual visualization. Let's publish this just to make sure that our changes are saved. Food types. Click publish to save your changes. Let's look at the show me menu and see what other charts we can start taking advantage of in this one. So as you can see, again, we can use also a heat map if you want to, based on the data that you have. You can use, heat maps. You can use, stacked bars, side-by-side bars. We already use the tree maps. There's also another great chart in here called the box and whisker plot. Let me just click on this one. And Tableau will actually add this as a part of your visualization. So, so here, as you can see, the chart represents the average calories for the 3 categories of food type. Notice the food and serving dimension is in the mark card and is also used for details. So if you hover over this one, you'll see a lot of details for each box in here. And also on the shelves, you'll see the food type, and on the row side, you also see the average calories. Now, on the box and whisker plot, now if you look at it and hover over these lines, right, each line offers some statistical background. The lines in each box represents the upper and lower values, and the median, which is probably the most significant one. Now, and this applies to all three box plots as well. Okay, again, this is so significant and so useful, especially if you want to talk about some statistical information like the median, what's my lowest and my highest value in the data set, or for each food type in this case. Finally, if you feel like the visualization or the extract here is too narrow, you can always take advantage of the fit menu up here and switch it to entire view to get a better representation of your visualization. Thanks for watching.